the texts that James was sending, they were getting to be pretty aggressive towards the end, right? And you were worried that he would try to sabotage your marriage. Did investigators ever, when they found those burner phones, did they ever address that? Did they ever ask you about that, or did it come up?
No. And in fact, they didn't find the burner phones. They found from my understanding, there was a connection to where the burner phones communication was lost. And I wish more than anything that they would have found them, because it would exonerate me, and the communication in them would have exonerated me, because it would have demonstrated what I said in text message, which was there was no intention to leave to Southern California.
And when you started talking to local law enforcement and the FBI, and you were describing the scenario that you were in, right, and the harm and the 2 Hispanic women, all of that, how much of that actually happened, and which parts were fabricated, if any?
The incidences and the mutilation to my body, all accurate, all true. I just simply said she or they instead of saying James. I was too afraid to say who he was. But the description of the room is very accurate. The injuries very accurate. Everything that I said aligns with every bit and every piece of the description of that. And in terms of, the sketches of the 2 women, they were very much people that were there. And I deeply regret how it blew up after that. Like, it was not my intention in any way to make this about race or cause any harm to our community or anyone in our community. And I have so much sorrow about that and so much regret about that. It was simply to keep me safe, and it was a way to try and lead them to him.
In the very beginning, why not just tell them it was James?
Well, because what you're seeing I'm suffering right now is exactly what I was afraid of. It's not just the post-separation abuse that I'm suffering right now. It's when I was in captivity, James had continued to say, I'm watching you, I will be watching you. I've seen enough crime TV to know that every bit of your interrogation will be online. And so when I was interrogated by law enforcement, I had my husband sitting next to me, who I could not come out and tell the truth about. And every time there was a camera on me, I felt like I was looking right at James. I was just too afraid.
This is your home, your parents live here, your kids
here.
are here. So who are you right now when you're not in the courtroom or in front of the camera or on a podcast?
Yeah. I'm preparing for getting my kids back. I'm making my home welcoming and inviting, and redecorating their bedrooms and making everything ready for their arrival, and deeply rooted in engaging with my family. I go to a local church there in Shingletown and do as much community events as I can. And I'm writing too. I'm writing a lot and trying to find my way back into the community.